Hey everybody, so it's May 5th, which means it is day 2 of phase 2 of quarantine here in Italy, which means I'm allowed to go for a walk and go to the park. So I thought I would vlog a day of my life here in Pavia, Italy during the coronavirus pandemic. So today is only the second day that I've been out of my apartment. I had been in my apartment since February 22nd until yesterday. It was the first day that I got to leave my house. And so it's so nice to get out. But I don't know, I just thought I would talk about Italy and the coronavirus and the pandemic and everything that's transpired over here and how it's affected my life. So I never thought I would ever see something like this happen in my life. This is like crazy stuff that like your grandparents tell you about. And there are people coming, so I gotta put my mask down. But this is like so crazy. Some Italian guy gave me a weird look for talking to a camera. I have a problem. This channel has 316 views and I only have 28 subscribers. And so I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but like if you find this video and you like it, tell me what should I make videos about. If you're a current subscriber, tell me what you want to see. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I filmed a video yesterday about the dark web, but I'm not going to put it up because I watched the footage and it was atrocious. And I don't know what my problem is. Is it like when I'm inside, I just can't, I don't know, film well. Like I have to like quiet my voice because I'm embarrassed or whatever. And I think part of the reason is I don't want my neighbors who live above me to hear, because I've had beef with them. I might as well tell you that because I wanted to make story times on this channel too. So, like I said, I moved to Italy 9 months ago. And for the first 2 months I lived in Milan. I stayed in like hotels and Airbnbs. And then in October, I came down to Pavia, which is about 30 minutes south of Milan on the train. If you've ever been to Lombardia, you take the S13, and then you'll be down here in like 30 minutes. So I moved into this apartment and it was amazing. It used to be 2 apartments, and then the woman who owns it knocked down a wall and made them 1 apartment, and now it's 1 big apartment. She refurbished it. She put in hardwood floors with wood imported from Africa. I have 3 bathrooms and they all have nice tile in it. It was amazing. She was a doctor, so this was going to be her retirement home. But then her husband had an accident and she didn't want to live there alone. So she wound up renting it to the American student that she found on the internet. So anyhow, as soon as I got there, all of my neighbors were really curious about who was the 17-year-old American who's come to live in Italy by himself. And they were all really nice. Like one of my neighbors is a professor at the university and she was really nice. And there's like a middle-aged couple who lives in the building who's really nice. And I chat with them a lot when I see them in the courtyard. But the people who live directly above me are other students. They're probably like in their early 20s, and immediately on day 1, I started having issues with them. They would play their music so loud from 9 p.m. until like midnight. So I could never get to sleep until after midnight. And then it got to a point where it was literally every single day. So I had my landlord report them to the building administrator, and then it got worse, it got louder. It was like 24 hours. So then I had one of my neighbors, my Italian neighbor, go and ask them to knock it off. And so they did for a little bit, and then I went out to the store and I got back and it was on even louder. But at this point it was so loud that I could hear it like 30 feet down the street. And then after that I never had any issues with them, and I found out the reason was because everybody else in the building heard it. Before, I could only hear it. Everyone else in the building heard it. People in other buildings heard it. And so many people called the police to report like a noise complaint. They had the cops on their door in like 20 minutes. So they learned their lesson. But then they started spitting in my courtyard. They have a balcony that overlooks my courtyard, and they started spitting in it. And so I reported them for that. And then they quit doing that. And then I would hear them having really loud sex. It was like almost every night. It was just, you know, bump in the night. You could hear everything. And it was bizarre because there were 2 girls and a guy living there. So I don't know if it was like 2 of them were a relationship and the other one was like a third wheel, or if it was like a polygamous thing, or if they were into polyamory. I don't know. But ever since the guy left, I haven't heard any more noises. The guy moved out. So I'm just glad they haven't been giving me any more grief in the past couple months. So right now I'm walking along the Ticino River. The river that goes through Pavia. And This is a really nice area. It's a really nice park. I wound up in a really nice place. It's a nice little safe, calm city, and it's a really nice place to be. I'm sitting on a bench now, but like I don't really know what content to make on this channel, because initially I thought I would want to make like conspiracy theories and I don't know, paranormal stuff and creepy stuff, because that's what I really like to watch on YouTube. But I mean, I don't know, tell me in the comments, should I make this like an Italy related channel, or do you want to see like travel vlogs? Because I travel a lot. I have been to 17 countries, mostly in Europe. Where have I been? So all the countries I've been to Canada, Mexico, I'm from the US, I've been to Italy, Vatican, Switzerland, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, England, Slovenia, Austria, Croatia, Hungary, Slovakia. Is that everything? I don't know. You lose count after you've been to so many places. But I love to travel. I love seeing new places, and I don't know, just tell me in the comments, what should I make this channel about? Because clearly what I'm doing right now isn't working, because I'm not getting enough people engaged. Now, as far as travel is concerned, I really hope things open up in the summer. And like, not to be selfish, I mean, I understand this is a really bad situation, but I mean, I really want to travel. So I have tentative plans to go to Rome, to go to Germany, to go to Bolzano, Italy, and also to go to Sicily. So hopefully I'll make those trips happen. If not this summer, probably in the fall, if things open up. But let me know in the comments, would you want to see vlogs of those places, take you guys around? So back to the virus, I found out yesterday that my neighbor has the coronavirus, my neighbor here in Italy. But she's been in the hospital for over a month, and I never knew. The only reason I found out is because I ran into my other neighbor in the courtyard of the building, and we talked, and we social distance, we kept our distance, and she told me, she spilled the tea. She got symptoms, and she hadn't left her house in like a long time, like since this started. So they got no idea how she got it, but she said that she saw the ambulance come and whisk her away. So I was shook when I found that out, because I was afraid, but if I were gonna get it, I would have had it by now, for being in proximity with her. Now, I almost wonder if I was the one who brought coronavirus to Italy, because I think I had it. So in December and January, I went to a bunch of different countries in Eastern Europe, and when I came back, I remember I was on the train, I was in Austria, and I was coming back to Italy, and I just started feeling so shitty, and I had the stuffiest nose, and my lungs, they felt like, I mean, I couldn't breathe hardly at all. And it was like that for 2 weeks. And coronavirus wasn't even on my mind. Like, I knew, it was on my radar, like I knew it was happening in China, but I never thought it would get to Europe. I just thought it was like a really bad cold. So I almost wonder if, like, I got it and then I brought it here, and some people got it but were asymptomatic for a little bit, and then they gave it to people who were asymptomatic, and then eventually someone in Codogno, which is right near where I live, which is where it started in Italy, eventually got over to them, and that person who people thought was patient zero, maybe they thought that he brought it, but maybe I was really the one who brought it, and I gave it to people who gave it to people who gave it to him. But I think I did have it, because I had like all of the symptoms. So I heard that pretty soon they're going to start testing people in Europe for antibodies. So like if you had it, then they can test you and you can find out if you had it or not. So I had my hood on because I have bedhead on the back of my head, and I just didn't want people to see. But it's kind of hot, and so I don't care what people think. This bridge is really neat. It's got like bullet holes in it. It used to be part of a bridge, and it's got like bullet holes in it from like one of the world wars. The bridge that you guys saw earlier, it used to be down here, and it was destroyed, and they rebuilt it like 100 years ago. Oh, and fun fact, Albert Einstein lived in this town, and he studied at this university, and there's like a plaque commemorating him on that bridge. The path all the way down to this bridge, which goes over the river. It's a nice place. Those are the train tracks. And I don't know where it goes, because this is the furthest I've ever gone.